All right, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to GSP Live, episode 21. And today we have a very great guest coming from TAFE New South Wales, Miss Vijay Shankar. She's the International Recruitment Manager for Southeast Asia, Nepal, and Bangladesh. And we're very excited to hear a lot of great news from TAFE New South Wales, new courses, scholarship, and so much more. So let's not wait further. Over to you, Vijay, to say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Annie, for organizing, and thank you to the Global GSP team. Very proud to be working with you all, and hope all of you all are keeping safe and well. So my name is Vijay Shankar, and I'm from TAFE New South Wales. So let me share a presentation with you and just go through some of the common things you'd like to know, and later we can get on to questions. So just bear with me until I share the screen. Okay, can you see, Annie?
Yes, I can see your screen now.
Yeah, so that's good. Okay. So those of you who already may know about TAFE, but let me just explain for the benefit of all. TAFE stands for Technical and Further Education, and TAFE New South Wales is in New South Wales. And those of you who know about TAFE, everywhere in Australia, it's a very, very popular brand because TAFE is the largest education and training sector in Australia, which is also called the vocational education and training. So originally, TAFE was well known for the vocational education and training courses. The brand is very popular in Australia because it delivers practical and hands-on courses, and also for the higher rate of graduate employability. So if you see the map of Australia, today I'm going to talk to you mainly about TAFE New South Wales. TAFE is in all of the states and territories in Australia, which has 6 states and 2 territories, but we are in the state of New South Wales, and Sydney is our capital. So let's look at the why should you send students to TAFE New South Wales, and why should students choose to study at TAFE New South Wales? Now, TAFE New South Wales is in the state of New South Wales, and it is New South Wales government's public provider of vocational education and training. We are a multi-sector provider. Although we are popularly known for vocational education and training, we also offer English courses and higher education courses. We have, for general delivery, we have more than 1,200 courses which are offered to our domestic students, but only about 100 plus courses and qualifications, including bachelor degrees, are offered to our international students. Generally, prior to COVID, per year, we attract about 100 different nationalities of students coming to study at TAFE New South Wales. Now, that's a fantastic opportunity, and we provide a nationality mix for those students who come to study with us. TAFE New South Wales offers a safe and friendly multicultural learning environment where students can study in small classes, which also provides them opportunity to make new friends. TAFE New South Wales' strong and trusted brand and recognition of quality education will help students achieve their dream. So it's all about TAFE New South Wales. So today we do have a video which you just watched at the beginning. Now, the common question we get asked is, what are the 5 most popular courses at TAFE New South Wales? Increasingly, The 5 most popular courses right now, they keep changing, but right now, the first one is the Certificate 4 in Commercial Cookery or Certificate 4 in Patisserie, which is packaged with the Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management, making the course a total duration of 2 years. And generally, if the students package it with commercial cookery, the fee is about 33,800. But if it is with patisserie, it's about $10 cheaper. It's 33,790 for the 2 years. And so many career prospects for these students. Now, we generally recommend students to choose the certificate 4 over certificate 3, because the certificate 4 gives the qualifications of a chef. So generally, it's a chef de partie, area manager, operations manager, cafe owners. So many different titles if students study a combination of commercial cookery or patisserie with the advanced diploma. Okay, let's look at the next course. The next course is a Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and Care. Now, this is birth to 5, and the total duration is 4 years. The course fee for 4 years is $54,720. Now, students who choose the Bachelor of Early Childhood will get a total duration of 840 hours over 4 years of the degree as work placement. In the first 2.5 years, they get 96 hours as work placement, and then in the third semester onwards, they get 120 work placement hours each semester. Now, this means that the students will get to work in real workplaces as educators or as childcare support workers. But once they complete, they can become an early childhood educator, a lead educator, or early childhood supervisor, or early childhood manager. Now, as you know, in Australia, this is one of the most popular professions, and many students choose the course at TAFE New South Wales because students who complete can become an ECT, early childhood teacher, and it's accredited by ASAQA, the Australian Early Childhood Education Quality Authority. Many of our students have also been able to successfully assessed by AITSL when they apply for their permanent residency. So that's something independently of our course, but we do have successful skills assessment for this course. Now, let's move on to the third course. Again, we have a video, but let's see. Sorry.
Sorry, Vijay. For the Bachelor of Early Childhood,
Yeah.
it's certainly very popular. And I have a question
Sure.
from many of our partners is that can students study this Bachelor as a standalone Bachelor, or can it be packaged from certificate to diploma?
Yeah, excellent. Bachelor? Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that question, Annie. Yes, students can package it with, can study this as a standalone for 4 years or even package it. Now, if they package the course, its duration depends on the location. So some locations, it won't be 4 years, it will be 4.5 years. But also the course fee is a little bit higher. The advantage of doing it as a direct entry is what I'm told is that if they study for the bachelor degree 4 years directly, they do not have to sit for the IELTS again when they do the skills assessment. However, if they do the package, the certificate 3 diploma, which is 1.5 years, and they study another 2.5 years of the bachelor degree, they will have to do the assessment again. So both have their pros and cons, but definitely a package is possible for the early childhood education and care course.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Annie. Yes, please feel free to stop me because I do tend to talk without a gap. So thank you for asking any questions. Okay. Okay, so the next popular course, especially in the Southeast Asian market, is the Bachelor of Business. Now, this is a fantastic course because it's only a total duration of 3 years, and it is 46,080 for the 3 years. Now, with the industry internship, this has an inbuilt internship in the third year, in the final semester, with a minimum of 60 hours, and it can be longer, up to 120 hours. Again, studying a Bachelor of Business, which is a generalist degree, gives the student a wide scope of job prospects. Again, thinking of Annie's question, the Bachelor of Business can be studied as a direct entry 3 years or a pathway 3 years. And the price is slightly sort of we have two types of packages here. One is a little bit cheaper and one is a little bit expensive. So yes, a possibility of packaging is available for the Bachelor of Business. The next one is a Bachelor of IT, Cyber and Network Security major or Data Engineering. Absolutely a fantastic course at TAFE New South Wales. We do get different nationalities. We get from all around the world, different types of nationalities doing it, although predominantly students from the subcontinent like this course. It is, as you can see, the fee for the 3 years is 60,960. Students on completion can can apply for their ACS membership. Now, the career prospects are immense, and we find that increasingly our students are able to find jobs, and most of them are able to work during post-study work visa in the relevant field itself. So this is another hit course. If you are interested in locations, you can ask me later and I will be able to answer those questions. Okay, so let's now go to Diploma of Nursing. Diploma of Nursing at TAFE New South Wales, we have 7 intakes. And can you believe that all 7 intakes are generally full because it's so much in demand? Now, the only
Yeah.
thing with, yeah, so you know Annie?
Yeah,
Yes,
all of your intake, if we haven't sent application in advance, normally we don't have a spot for it.
correct. And it has increasingly become very difficult because the demand from local students has also increased. So, yes, for this course, it's always better to lodge the application as early as possible. Because we have the entry requirements. Now we have a new entry requirement which has been introduced, which is the numeracy test. It's not a TAFE New South Wales requirement, but it is the NMAC requirement.
Mm.
Do you have any questions, Annie?
Yes, for diploma of nursing, uh, one of the most difficult thing is the English requirements. So
Correct.
I would like to ask if the student want to apply early but haven't got the English, will they get a conditional offer first and then supplement their English requirements later?
Yes, that is possible. So if students do not have the required IELTS or PTE, they can apply, they will get a conditional offer. Now, ANMAC permits English results within 2 sittings. So they need to get a certain score, but you can collect it over 2 sittings. Yeah, definitely conditional, or we call it provisional offer, is possible.
Okay. Wow, that's
Okay.
great.
Yeah, the only thing is to really guarantee the seat, the payment has to come through. So, which is only possible if the students get a full offer. So, we encourage students to keep, studying English and getting the results. And this course is so popular. It has because it has 440 hours of placement, and students get such a diverse experience. They work with aged care facilities, hospitals, surgeries, small clinics, retirement homes, medical centers, mental health, rural. So it's a lot of diverse experience students get by studying the Diploma of Nursing. And what I've heard is, I'm not sure whether it's the same case with you, Annie.
Yeah,
Students do the Diploma of Nursing, they become an enrolled nurse.
yeah.
Then, after they finish, they then apply to become a registered nurse by studying 2 more years in a university.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Normally
yeah,
they will do the Bachelor of Nursing graduate entry.
yeah, correct. That's right. So this is increasingly popular, and of course, we expect that the demand will continue to keep growing.
Yeah.
Okay,
But we have
so
7 intakes, so guys, if
yeah,
you have application, we are open to receive application, and we can supplement English later.
correct. Thank you, Annie. Okay, so now that we have looked at what the five courses are, and I've also told you generally about the fees. So for 1.5 year diploma of nursing, we have $24,000. Now, increasingly, TAFE New South Wales is also has come up with some fantastic scholarships. So now let's look at what the scholarships are on offer. So we have three types. Uh, One is called the early bird offer. So any student who applies to TAFE New South Wales for their semester one, they'll get $1,000 of their course fees. Anybody, okay, onshore, offshore, doesn't matter. They will get the $1,000 off for that semester. And this is it doesn't matter which course and doesn't matter the duration. So that's called EBDO, and it's $1,000. The next one is called a $2,000 scholarship, which is available for those who want to apply for a vocational course. Say, for example, the commercial cookery package or the nursing package, they can apply for the $2,000 scholarships. Now, the $2,000, how it gets deducted is $1,000 off in their semester one and another $1,000 off in their semester two. So they won't get both together, but one at a time.
Yeah.
The next one is a brilliant one. It's a
Yeah. Sorry,
25%.
Vici,
Sorry. Yeah.
the 2000 vocational scholarship,
Mm.
is there any requirements of GPA or English to get this scholarship?
No, not for this one, but this one we need. I will go through the scholarship form. There's a form, and the students have to attach documents. But for this one, we don't have a GPA requirement. But a minimum course duration must be 1 year.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, yeah. But for the next one, which is a big one, the 25% scholarship, this one we do look for the GPA. This is in high demand because if you look at it, it's really a significant discount throughout the course duration. And students really save from about 5,000 a year up to about 10,000 a year. So it's a huge saving throughout the duration of the course. And it
Yes.
applies to those who choose to study direct entry
Yeah.
or students who choose to package. For this
Mm.
one, we look for GPA and we
Yeah.
look at a 75% average.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
7.5 out of 10 or 75%.
Yes, correct. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
GPA 3.5 now is good. So we do look for that because it's a it's a relatively a competitive one. So we compare one with another. Every
yeah.
Friday, the scholarship panel meets and they go through all of the applications. So if there are some applications which do not have supporting documents, we do contact them, asking
Yeah.
them to provide, and they will be given a deadline.
Yeah.
So this is a fantastic scholarship for the bachelor degree programs.
What about English requirements? Is there any English requirements?
Yeah, so English requirement has to be met. The student must have a full offer if
Yeah.
they are applying for this. So already they would have met the English requirement if they have a full offer any.
Yeah. Okay. So if
Okay,
they just meet
and all of
their
the yeah,
IELTS
English
or
course entry
CT,
requirement, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no
oh, that's
problem.
great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What about the student that have not quite met, like if they have to do 10 weeks of ELICOS, then
Okay,
can they be assessed for this one?
no.
Okay.
So right now, according to the terms and conditions, if the students are packaging with the ELICOS, then they cannot be assessed.
Yeah.
However, we will be introducing new scholarships in the new year. So they can always apply for those scholarships which are available at that time.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a great scholarship, to be honest,
Mm,
because
this is a
TAFE New South Wales fees are already very affordable. But if
correct.
students get the scholarship, it's great for their visa, but also is a tremendous financial help for them as well.
Correct. Thank you, Annie. Yeah, very true. So
Yeah.
if we look at okay, so later if you want to just ask me any questions on what the discounts are, etc., I can always go through.
Yeah.
Now, one of the common questions we get asked is about on-campus study. So yes, TAFE New South Wales follows the New South Wales government directives. As you know, from last week, our lockdown has been over, and now campuses have started offering face-to-face delivery for some courses. We can't, it hasn't fully reopened as such, but so where the face-to-face restrictions, sorry, where face-to-face delivery is not recommended, still we have virtual delivery. So students are generally advised by the teacher, and I know that nursing, aged care, they have all started delivering face to face.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of facilities even with virtual delivery. So our students are provided the required support.
Mm.
And the good news is, because we are expecting by the 1st of this November for more of ease of restrictions. So hopefully most courses will commence delivering face to face. So that's something which we are doing it in stages, because we
Yeah.
just need to be careful so that we don't have another issue with this virus, which is
Yeah.
currently dictating terms to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but libraries are open, computer rooms are open, campuses are open, everything is back to normal right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what type of support do we give our students? Yes, we do have a lot of support for our students. So we have a dedicated international student support team, which is, we call it the customer experience team, and they look after different courses and different campuses. We do have libraries, we have workshops on writing resumes and interview skills, we have English language and tutorial support. There's professional counseling on campus for both careers and also mental health support. During the lockdown, so many students had to use this service because it wasn't easy for anyone. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the counseling did help a lot of our students and even staff. We
Yeah.
have the security on campus, so always we feel safe. And also, there is free access to the online tutorial support, which is called Smart Thinking. So, all the
Mm.
details of what the support services are available are given to students on their orientation day, which is also now gone virtual. Okay,
Mm.
so the link is also on our website. So later, when you're asking questions, I may be referring to the website and I can show you where you can find. So, any
Yeah,
questions up
sure.
to now? Any?
Uh, we have quite a number of questions, but let's finish the presentation and we can
Okay,
go through one by one.
one. Okay, excellent.
Um, Another thing I would like to ask is that what are the support services that we offer to online students currently studying online offshore?
Okay, so online students can they do get most of it. So they still can access the support teams, the customer experience coordinators. Whenever they have an issue, they can access professional counseling. They can access English language support. That's the last one, is free access to the online tutorial support. So anybody who has problems with their tutorials, assignments, they are given access to what they call it as smart thinking, and teachers are available. So online students, except that they are not traveling and not seeing people face to face, most of the facilities and services which we offer are still available to our online students.
All right, that's great. Because we do
Mm.
have quite a number of students who are currently studying online offshore, and they are very happy with the services.
Oh, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. Good to know, because it's always good to get some feedback, because it's always good to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So online courses, we do have online courses for semester 2 2021. So next month, we have 4 different courses starting. So in this one, you can see
Yeah.
the most popular bachelor degree right now is the early childhood education and care.
Mm.
So we are offering a reduced load. So Annie, this is very important, because many students do not want to study 4 units because
Yeah.
of the time difference, etc. If they're studying from offshore, so we are offering 2 units of the 4 year program. So we call it reduced load. So students will actually enroll with what we call as Glendale campus, which is a regional campus, but they can always choose a campus onshore. if they are coming to Australia. So all of our programs for this delivery, they are
Yeah.
aligned to different campuses. If
Mm.
students are to pay for the 2 units before the scholarship, they pay $3,420 for the 2 units.
Yeah.
But if they are paying after the scholarship, they get the 25%, then they
Mm.
get to pay only $2,565.
Oh,
Okay, so
that's great.
that's really good. So every 2 units, they are getting $1,000 literally above. So good discount. Then we have the
Yeah.
Diploma of Business. This is a higher ed diploma, Annie,
Yeah.
which is also, all of them are higher ed programs. So students, this is a diploma, higher ed diploma, again reduced load 2 units. If students
Mm.
have to pay the full fee, it's 4,900. If they are successful in getting the scholarship, it's 3,675. Okay. Then the bachelor, which is a 3-year degree, they pay for 2 units 3,840. But if they get a scholarship, it's 2,880. So for every 2 units, they're getting $1,000 off. And the IT, similarly, it's about $2,000 off, because I mean, not 2,000, $1,500 off. So we call this TAFE New South Wales online course delivery for November. We are generally, like, for our own internal purposes, we call it the summer school. So students just do 2 units, and they'll be then in line with the February intake students to do the balance.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. I think if student knows that border is opening soon and intakes are gonna be full, it's better
Mm.
to start early by
Correct.
this intake in November, and then
Correct.
by February they be the first to fly, and also there'll always be a spot for them on
Correct.
in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. That's what we say. Yeah, continuing students will be definitely given the first priority.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Okay, so
great.
then,
So many
yeah,
great news.
so thank you. And there is definitely more information on our website, but I'm now open for questions. I might actually, yeah, I'll wait till we start getting the questions. And depending on what the questions are, I might shift to the website, and if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay,
So
thank you.
we're at the end of the
Presentation.
okay, sure. Right. So there's many questions for you, VG.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. So the first question is, what is the application submission deadline for each intake? For example, is it before 1 month or before 3 months?
Aha, good question. So we actually used to have an application cutoff, okay,
Yeah.
but now we have removed it because it actually varies from course to course.
Yeah.
Okay, so some courses where we have like where we have the portfolio.
Yeah.
Generally we need at least 2 months, because it goes to the teacher, the portfolios, and then it gets assessed, and then it comes back. So
Mm.
where what we call as teacher assessed, or lots of entry requirements,
Yeah.
allow at least minimum 2 months.
Yeah.
Secondly, depends on the demand. So
Yeah.
diploma of nursing, already I know that some locations are full for February.
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends on the location.
Yeah.
The third is, some courses have interviews, like the Bachelor of IT. So it's always
Yeah.
better to put it in advance. But
Mm.
where there are very little entry requirements, we try and fit in as early as possible. But very difficult if an application comes at the last minute, say
Mm.
2-3 weeks prior. It is going to be very, very difficult, because many teachers are not allowing late enrollment, because
Yeah.
they find that the students are finding it hard. So it's not fair by the students. So therefore, for that reason. So I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
there is no fixed answer for that, but depends on the course.
Yeah. So I think the best advice for our student and our partner is that to submit the application early, so
Correct.
that will give the student enough time to either get credit exemption or do the interview, or if the intake, the latest intake is full, we can
Yes.
also access for the next intake.
Correct. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
So the next question is, if students finish high school in 2018 from Vietnam and want to study hospitality in 2022, does TAFE require proof of gap year?
Correct. So usually, yes, TAFE asks for a gap, what they were doing, and
Mhm.
generally they can provide their resume if they've been working, or they have to show the gap what they were doing.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just out of curiosity, because a lot of students from Vietnam and the Philippines, once Australia closed their border, a lot of them wanted to wait. And so if there's a gap from beginning of 2020 to now, do we need supporting document as well? Because most of them will explain that they just waiting for borders to be open.
I think that should be acceptable because that's a reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, so should be all right. Yeah.
That's great to hear. A lot of
Uh,
our students will be in such
Happy.
relief.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next question is, does scholarship apply for package courses as well?
Yes. So scholarships are available for package students too. So if the
Yeah.
package is to ELICOS, if a student hasn't met the English, then the scholarship doesn't work because that's a scholarship condition. But if a
Mm,
student has met English and has got a package for a vocational course and a higher ed course, or a higher ed diploma and a higher ed bachelor degree, yes, it's 25% throughout the duration.
okay, perfect. The next question for the scholarship as well. Are there any requirements for scholarship?
Yes, yeah, I actually want to share the screen with you all again.
Sure.
So let me just make sure that I'm in the right place. Okay. So I want to show you share screen, window, and okay. So where is my um, okay, let me just check. Okay, no. Can you see the screen? Is
Oh,
it the
that's
website?
our no, that's
No.
the our streaming screen.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop it and I'll see. Okay, I might have to go through Microsoft Edge. Just bear with me. So yes, we need, there's a scholarship application form, and then there are three documents, sets of documents which are required. So let's see if this one works in the sharing uh, thing. StreamYard, share screen, window. Ah, yes, it's working. Yeah. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, I can see the website screen. Yep.
Yes, website screen. So the scholarship application details are in this tab. So sorry, if you go through international, always remember to look for TAFE New South Wales International. And if you go through the scholarship tabs, which sits under enroll, second tab,
Yep.
under enroll, we go through scholarships. Now, if you look at the scholarships application for mid-semester 2021, there is an application form. Now, what we find is very often students submit only the application form. Now, that's not enough. So, the
Yep.
application form has to be filled. That's section one.
Mm.
Then we
Yep.
need a section two, the applicant statement. We need some supporting documents and
Yep.
any additional information. When we say applicant statement, it's only 150 words, and we are not asking the student why the student wants a scholarship. That's not the question. The question is, discuss and highlight your recent achievements, extracurricular activities, evidence of leadership, and awards. That's what we want. Applicant statement, 150 words. With the supporting documents, no need to send the academic transcripts and English because you have already sent it with your application. But what we need is any awards or certificates and extracurricular activities. Okay. And additional information, generally, like so many students, because they really want the 25%, they do get work references or school references, and they provide such resumes for volunteer work, etc. So then surely if the student has got the relevant GPA and applicant statement, supporting documents, additional information, we no problem, the panel will grant the 75% scholarship, 25% scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this scholarship is quite easy to get, but we just need to really follow the format.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Actually, we are very, very generous, Annie. But yeah, very seldom we get completed documents. So that's where the delay is. Yeah. Okay.
That's when we come in. So don't worry. I think for any application that you send to GSP, we will check it, and any missing document, we will remind you to have it complete and before sending to TAFE. Cool. So let's move to the next question. We have so many questions today, Vijay.
Okay. Thank you. That's good.
If students get the 25% scholarship, can they still apply for the Australian Destination Scholarship?
Okay. So the Destination Australia Scholarship is no more available for TAFE New South Wales because we are generally in the city areas. So no, and I think the Destination Australia Scholarship, we don't have one. And even if you're applying, I think if they have already applied for another scholarship, it becomes null and void. That is just off my head, if I remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The next question is, I want to ask about the Chi requirement for like high-risk area or provinces in Vietnam. Do you need IELTS certificate, or can students take the online version test of TAFE New South Wales?
No, for Vietnam, we will still require an IELTS results. The reason is because we think to be honest, we look at Vietnam as Vietnam. We don't look at high risk areas, etc. No, we don't sort of separate that way. The reason why we ask for any student coming from Vietnam for IELTS or PTE is because we want to make sure that we set up the student for success. We don't want the student to find it hard later because of the language issues. So that's why we insist that students show one of the approved tests.
Yeah. Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next question is also around English placement tests as well. So do you offer English placement tests for offshore students, either in Vietnam or the Philippines?
Okay, so the Philippines and Vietnam, we don't offer. We can do it. We can do it remotely, but very often our experience is that only helps. So I'll just stop sharing. That only helps us to get an idea. It doesn't give a correct picture. So we are not a big promoters of our own tests because we really want to make sure that the students are assessed in across all 4 skill areas: reading, writing, speaking, and listening, and just want to be making sure that we get the right type of students. Okay, so even though it is available, we don't promote it very much.
Yeah, I think it will be on a case by case because during the lockdown in Vietnam and also in the Philippines, because the student cannot go out to sit for an English test.
Test.
So we asked them to, we asked TAFE NSW to support us to
Good.
have a few students sit for online tests. And
Ah.
only if they have like a high score and can package less than 10 or 20 weeks, then we
Okay.
get the offer.
Oh, excellent, Annie. That's very good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
The next question is, what are the entry requirements for Bachelor of Early Childhood and Bachelor IT?
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to share the screen again because I just want to, yeah. So we'll go back to this one. So on the international website, so I'm just going to look at both the Bachelor of IT and the Bachelor of Early Childhood. So both the Bachelor of IT and Early Childhood, we will need an entry requirement of these are higher ed degrees. So let's look at, we'll look at the entry requirements directly for Vietnam or the Philippines. So if you look at the academic entry requirements, general, so this is the place where you go for general academic entry requirements. So if we are looking at the Philippines, let's look at the Philippines, and you can see that if it is year 10 for courses where mainly for certain diplomas, it's an average of 55% if they are doing a vocational course. But for the higher ed courses, we will need an year 12. This column is higher ed for diplomas and advanced diplomas. And this column is for the bachelor degrees. We will need an average of 65%. Okay, this is just generic. And Vietnam is the same thing. You have year 10 equivalent here. And for the higher ed diplomas, advanced diplomas, bachelor degrees, this is the GPA we need. Okay. Now, this is generic and I keep repeating it because we just need to make sure what are the course specific requirements. Now, if you want to look at the course specific requirements, for the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and Care, there are no additional requirements. So the academic entry requirements is year 12 and the English entry requirement for direct entry is 6.5, no band less than 6.0. So you can go into the course area, Children's Services, and if you look at the entry requirements for the Bachelor of Early Childhood, you can find it here. So this is an easy one. Okay, so year 12, if you have completed year 12 in Australia or Vietnam, also you all have the Victorian HSC, minimum band 4 in 2 units English, academic IELTS 6.5. Okay. These are the entry requirements if it is for Bachelor of Early Childhood. But for the IT, we have additional requirements. Although it sounds a bit complicated, it's not too bad. So, but I just want to show you for the IT, which is very popular actually among the students from Vietnam. We do have successful students from Vietnam who have done the Bachelor of IT. If you look at the Bachelor of IT's network security, we will ask for maths. So if you look at the entry requirements, year 12 or equivalent, year pass in year 12 mathematics or successful completion of TAFE diploma, or statement of SOP 300 to 400 words. And there's a questionnaire and interview conducted online using Teams. Now, what I've been told by the teachers is if a student writes a very good statement of purpose for the Bachelor of IT, then they generally don't do an interview with the student. But if the statement of purpose is not very clear, it's a bit vague, then the teachers just want to make sure that this student is suitable for this course because it's a very high-tech course and they want to just make sure that they screen the correct students. And again, they want to make sure that the student is successful. The English requirements is the same. Academic IELTS 6.5, no band less than 6. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Very great in detail. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. So I think the next question is already answered, that we do offer English placement test, but it will based on the student case. the next question is, does TAFE provide internship or work placement for students?
Okay, yes, for some courses. So, if we are really looking for that particular information, it will be included in the course information. Say, for example, let's look at the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and Care. If you go back to this one, this has if you look at the overview, the course, it will talk about. Can you see the 4-year degree offers experience in the workplace? Students will complete 8 separate professional experience assessments, placements, etc. So this is all inside this course information on the website. Now, TAFE New South Wales does not offer any paid internships, but it does offer what we call as work placements or internships. Some of the bachelor degrees have it. Say, for example, Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Applied Commerce, this particular Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and Care, they do have it. Some of them, they don't have an internship, but they have simulated work placements within the degree. Diploma of Nursing has 440 hours. So again, it depends on the particular course. And where courses are really practical, yes, we do offer. And in some cases, the teachers will find, but in other cases, the students have to find their own.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
think the Bachelor of Early Childhood and the Bachelor of IT, TAFE New South Wales has organized within the program a lot of practical hours that gives you the confidence to find a job later, or even within while you're studying, you can even find part-time jobs using those practical
Skills, yeah.
hours, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I have not, every student I know who's doing the Bachelor of Early Childhood has a job with a childcare center. Every student. So it's such a great opportunity because these students
Yeah.
do get their work experience in a childcare center. So most of them have already got jobs, or they
Yeah.
work as nannies, and depends on what their interest is. Yeah, but very good practical hands-on. That's what TAFE is all about: practical hands-on, making the students job ready.
Yeah.
So when they go to a workplace, they know exactly what to do.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much. The next
Thank you,
question
Annie.
is from our team in the Philippines.
Yes.
I'm just curious about TAFE New South Wales visa grant rate for students who are mature of age, around 27 to 30 years old.
Okay, so our visa grant rate has been really good. Okay, but with mature, we don't discriminate and we don't look by age. Age. But if the student has shown that they have worked in the same field as what they are applying for, and the student is able to answer the question of GTE, then I wouldn't see an issue in getting a visa granted. We did have a student, a single mother with a child, not from the Philippines, but from another nationality, which is considered generally not low risk, not high risk, but medium risk. Mother had with a single mother with a child, mature age, but had a good GTE, and we were very, very happy to know that she was granted a visa. So it also depends on the case officer, but generally we don't have. We will not issue an offer if we think it's a bit of a risky situation. So if you get an offer for a 27-year-old, that means our staff have been able to make sure that the student is genuinely a GTE addressed student, and no problem.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
this is the last question for today. Thank
That's
you for
thank you.
answering all of our questions.
No, thank you, Annie.
I'm just wondering if you have any idea if the Philippines and Vietnam is part of the priority list of country to enter New South Wales soon.
Um, okay.
That's a
Unfortunately, I'm not.
difficult one.
Yeah, I'm actually not privy to that information. I think if the borders are being opened, uh, and it'll be a federal government decision on the nationality, so I wouldn't have an idea. But definitely, from what I can see, the signs in New South Wales, the borders will be opened very soon. So it's just a matter of time for the announcements to come. And as you know, previously only a few vaccines were recognized by Australia. Now they have said yes to many of the vaccines which have been approved by WHO. So that's a good sign. But I'm not sure. But I don't know about Australia, but for TAFE New South Wales, Vietnam is our number 2 source country. And the Philippines is in one of the top 5 source countries. For us, it's an absolute priority. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for trusting the brand and also for supporting us. Yeah. Any other questions? Happy to answer, but not in this particular area. I'm a bit ignorant in that one. Yeah.
I think I will wrap it up, and I will have my last question for you.
Oh, thank you, Annie.
So, TAFE New South Wales have a lot of campuses, not just within Sydney, but also campuses in Newcastle and other regional area. So, do you see more students opted to go to these campuses? And is there a lot of choices if the student choose to study at these campuses?
Okay, so good question, Annie. TAFE New South Wales has 130 locations, but out of the 130 locations, we have only about 40 locations where courses are offered to international students. And to answer your question about regional locations, already since 2019, since government introduced initiatives for regional areas, we have seen a high level of interest of potential students wanting to study courses in regional areas. Okay, so we do have that and currently only 2 of our courses are offered to international students in the bachelor space. So we have if you look at the bachelor area, bachelor degree, in the regional campus areas, we have only like Shell Harbour. Can you see Shell Harbour? This is near Wollongong, and Glendale, it's near Newcastle. So these are the only 2 locations we have bachelor degrees. But all the other regional locations, we do have vocational programs. So increasingly, yes, the demand is high. And for those who know about the lockdown, many people from Sydney area have moved to the regional areas. So we think the demand is going to increase among regional New South Wales, except that we need more courses.
Yeah, perfect. Actually, I have one more question.
No problem, Annie. Go for it. Yeah.
One more question pop up asking, can you suggest some of the courses which qualify for the 18 months or the 2 years post-study work visa, the 485?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so all of our bachelor degrees, they qualify for the 2-year post-study work visa. Okay, so we have 8 bachelor degrees: applied commerce, business, early childhood, design, 3D art and animation, fashion design, IT, property valuation. So 8 of these degrees, all of them get the 2-year post-study work visa. However, if students study the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and Care in Shell Harbour or Glendale, if they do the direct entry, they get the 2+1. They are eligible to apply for the 2+1 3-year post-study work visa. As to your other question about 18 months, unfortunately, to my knowledge, I'm not very knowledgeable in that space, but I think only the diploma of nursing, but not a standalone, because the diploma of nursing only allows for enrolled nursing. So they cannot really, so they have to eventually go to become a registered nurse. So unfortunately, for the 18 months, I can't think of anything at TAFE New South Wales as a standalone one. But definitely the 2 years and 2+1, we do have the options.
Yeah. So if any package, that package all the way to bachelor, would possible to have the post-study work visa?
Yes, post-study work visa for 2 years.
Yeah,
Okay, because of one of the things for the regional is they have to study minimum 3 years if they are to get the 2+1. So that's
yeah,
why the Bachelor of Early Childhood, if they package, they won't get because they study only 2 years or 2.5 years. So
yeah.
they may have to do the direct entry, Annie.
Okay, sure. Thank
Yeah,
you so much
no
for
problem.
answering
Uh,
all of our questions.
No, that's thank you so much for organizing. And Annie, you have been an absolutely a fantastic supporter of TAFE New South Wales, and it has been such a pleasure working with you, Annie. So,
Yeah, thank you
yeah,
so much. Likewise, we're in full for supporting TAFE New South Wales, and our partner is very excited to have you on our session today.
thank you.
Certainly, if there's more questions coming our way after many more of our partners rewatch, we will share the question with you.
Yes,
But I think let's wrap up the session today, and we wish you great health and hope to see you soon. And
thank you,
for our
Annie.
audience who are watching today, thank you very much, and hope to see you in the next session. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Take
See
you
you.
too. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.